After so many requests, I decided to do a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look. I'm starting off by applying Matte Veil by Illamasqua, and I'm applying that to the T-zone. For my base, I'm applying Bobbi Brown's Long Wear foundation, and I'm applying that with this Radiance brush by Ray Morris. What I love about this brush is it's so super soft, and you can cover the surface of your face within seconds. The bristles are so soft, they manipulate around your nose and around your eyes. It looks as if it would be difficult to apply to those areas, but it's really not. And you can apply the foundation down your neck with just 3 swipes of the brush, and it literally covers everything. It's a brilliant brush to have, especially if you're a makeup artist. Now the base is done, I'm going to use this contour colour by MAC, and this is in Coffee Walnut. Now Kylie Jenner does have a sculpted face. It's not as prominent as Kim Kardashian's, for instance, but she's definitely sculpted. So we're going to apply that to the hollows of the cheeks, and this is going to suck in that area. Then we're going to take that down the sides of the nose, and this is just going to make it look slightly slimmer. I'm also going to take that around my hairline and on the sides of my temples slightly. Now I'm not sculpting my face to look like Kylie Jenner's, I'm doing it to suit my face. I'm sinking in the areas I want to sink, and I'll be bringing out the areas I want to look more prominent, and you need to do the same. You need to do what suits your face and how you want it to appear. But we will be copying the blush and eyeshadow etc. of how Kylie Jenner wears hers. So I'm just working in circular motions with a blending brush, and I'm just working that contour colour in, and as you can see it's starting to give my face more dimension and more shape. This can be as subtle or as extreme as you like, so you apply more or less, it's totally up to you. Then once the contour is all blended in, it's time to highlight, and I'm using this concealer by Sephora. I'm not going too light. When I've done the Kim Kardashian looks, we've gone a lot lighter than my skin tone, but Kylie Jenner's photos, they all look pretty natural compared to Kim Kardashian, so this colour is perfect for my highlight. And for yourselves, I would just advise going, one shade, maybe 2 at a push, lighter than your skin tone. You don't want it to look too stark on your face. The best way to brighten up your under eye area is to apply it in a triangle. If you do a few dots just underneath your eye, you're not going to get a nice brightening effect. I'm using the same brush I used to blend in the contour. I just wiped it onto a tissue just to get rid of the excess, and now I'm using it for my highlight, and I'm working in circular motions, just blending backwards and forwards till it gives a more natural finish. To set all that into place, I'm using a translucent powder, and this one is by M&S, and it's one of the ones I always use because it doesn't flash back and it sets nicely. We're going to create a little bit more warmth and depth to the face, so I'm using this Cover FX bronzer, and also this brush is called the Ultimate Cheekbone, and it's by Ray Morris. It's a great brush for sculpting. Now if you don't have the Cover FX bronzer, you want to go for one that's slightly warm in colour, because that is sort of the shades that Kylie Jenner opts for. So you can see I've blended that into a V shape from the ear towards the corner of the mouth. And now I'm using this Flawless shader brush, also by Ray Morris, and I'm using that just to go around the circumference of the face and down the neck. Again, what I love about the Ray Morris brushes, especially these styles, is they cover a wide surface area and they are super soft. And I'm also adding that colour to the nose, and I'm using this small square Kabuki, also by Ray Morris. Now you don't have to use these different brushes, I just love them and I think they're convenient. Kylie Jenner's brows are very prominent and they really frame her face, so we're going to go a lot darker with my brows, also yours if you're following along, or if you've got naturally dark brows then that's great. I'm using the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this shade is Brunette. Now it's really hard to completely change your brows if you're not naturally very fair. So I'm just going to follow the natural shape of mine and just make them a little bit more full. As you can see, the top of my brows are the lightest, so I am lining across the top and I'm extending the wing at the very end. And as I'm doing this, I'm going through with a spoolie that's on the other side of the brush and just combing it through so it's a little bit more natural, and I'm leaving the very front of my brow lighter because that's how brows naturally are, and that's also how Kylie Jenner's are. But as I keep saying, it's inspired by, so you do whatever you're comfortable with. To add a nice light colour to my base and to prevent my eyeshadow from shifting, I'm using a paint pot by MAC, and this is in the colour Painterly. You can either apply this with a brush or you can do what I'm doing and just apply it with your fingers. Now it's time to add eyeshadow, and upon looking at Kylie Jenner's makeup, she tends to go for matte shades, so we're going to use this matte eyeshadow palette from Kryolan, and I'm starting off by laying down this peachy nude shade to the mobile eyelid. This is very natural, but I've applied it 3 times just to get a nice amount of colour to it. In many of the photos, Kylie's makeup always has a nice warm matte brown running through the socket line. And to apply this, I'm using another Ray Morris brush, and this is the Point Shader in number 8. And what I love about this is it sits right into the socket, and the hair around the pointed tapered end just blends the colour for you. It really does make eyeshadow application effortless. Now I've got a concentrated amount of colour in the crease. I'm going in with this oval brush, which is another one by Ray Morris, and I'm just tapping off the excess eyeshadow and then running that through the socket, and this is just going to give her a nice gradient and transition up to the brow. Then lastly, for the eyeshadow on the top lid, we're going to mix these two shades together from the matte palette by Kryolan, and we're going to apply this to the brow bone and then the inner corner of the eyes, just for a subtle added highlight. Underneath the eye, Kylie doesn't wear a lot of colour, but she does add a little bit of that warm brown underneath the lower lashes. To make our eyes look a little bit larger like Miss Jenner's, we're going to use this cream liner by Tarte Cosmetics, and that's just going along the waterline. And then for the top waterline, we want to make that darker to give our lashes a fuller appearance. So we're mixing the sepia and the ink black together, and we're going to get that nice muddy colour, and we're applying that on the inner rim just to diminish any pinky tones. And we're also going to use that same colour to line our top lid on the outer third of the eye. Kylie is known for sporting a small winged eyeliner, so we're not going to make it too long, but we are going to make it slightly thicker because it's just on that outer edge. So I've started the liner very finely in line with the pupil on the top lid, and then followed it down, creating a very small tail. Next is lashes, and it is all about lashes for this look. I'm not going to be applying too much mascara because we are going to be applying strip lashes. Now the curl is quite important, as your lashes need to stand nice and upright like Kylie Jenner's do. And then I'm applying this Eyeshadow Inky Black Mascara. I'm only applying one coat to the top and bottom set. As I said, we're going to be applying lashes, so we don't want them to look too clumpy. The first strip I'm applying is by Kryolan, and I will put the numbers in the description bar to which lashes they are. So I'm applying this with duo glue, and then I'm going to let them dry first, and then we're going to apply a second set of lashes. So the base lashes were a fluffy set, and this second pair are from Miss Adoro, and these are more spiky, so we get a nice fluffy and spiky mix which really resemble the lashes that Kylie sports. When applying a set of lashes on top of another set, I like to wiggle them when they're on in place, and that would just make sure they're nice and secure. Kylie's also got really nice full bottom lashes. I'm going to apply a pair by House of Lashes, and these ones are called Darling. I'm applying them using tweezers, and I'm using the base of the tweezer to manipulate them while they're drying so they don't lay flat to my face. The blush I've chosen to use is called Sweet as Cocoa, and this one is by MAC, and I'm applying that again in this triangular shape from the top of the ear down towards the corner of the mouth. And this is where Kylie Jenner wears her blush, and this just sinks in all of that area and it really pulls your face inwards. Kylie Jenner's been seen sporting a mauve kind of lip pencil and also brown, quite 90s looking, and I've opted more for the brown as opposed to the mauve colour. Now this particular pencil I'm using is by Kryolan, but since their new branding I think the numbers are different because I couldn't find this one on the website, so I have listed it, so you can always call them with this old number and find out which colour it is if you're interested in buying it. If you want to copy Kylie's look, you can overdraw your lips. I'm just going to follow my natural lip line as I look ridiculous with overdrawn lips. So that is my look complete. I hope you've liked it. As usual, like and comment if you have, and thank you for watching.